Tonight, rethinking recycling.
By putting the cost on the producer, it's hoped that, they'll think about what materials that they're packaging things with.
The city will no longer be in charge of picking up your bins in the new year. What's different about the program and the new items now in the recycling mix? The Sens' big move to sign a lobbyist to communicate with the federal and provincial governments, a sign of progress on a new rink, according to the owner.
This is fun and it's enjoyable, but it's not where our taxpayer dollars should be going.
But if it's also a sign and ask for taxpayer money is on the way, many Ottawa residents say there's little appetite for that. And outdoor dining at the beach this winter, almost.
It's a great way to spend a nice cold day because it's nice and toasty in here.
Would you pay to do the grand in a gondola? Good evening. We begin tonight at the end of your driveway with what you need to know about some upcoming changes to how your recycling will be collected. For years, the city has been responsible for paper and plastic pickup, but starting in the new year, that responsibility will shift to a new producer-run system, and soon you'll be able to put more materials in your blue bin. CTV's Caitlin Wilson joins us live now with more on this. Caitlin.
Yeah, Patricia, it means more people across the province will now be able to recycle the same materials no matter where they live. The biggest shift is who's in charge. Your bin stays the same, your pickup day stays the same, but starting January 1st, what you can recycle and who you can call is no longer in the hands of the city. It's collection day in this South End Ottawa neighborhood, and if you take a closer look, you'll spot a few things that aren't supposed to be there, like these milk bags, takeout containers, and to-go cups. Right now, these aren't accepted in Ottawa's blue bins, but that's about to change.
It's going to help a lot, like less stuff in the landfills.
For decades, the City of Ottawa has collected your blue and black bins. But starting January 1st, a new service provider, Circular Materials, will take that on. It's a province-wide shift meant to standardize recycling, the Ontario government putting both the cost and responsibility onto producers.
Companies like grocery retailers, food manufacturers, quick service restaurants are now responsible for paying for recycling. As part of that, under the regulation, they also have material management targets to meet.
Under the program, residents will be able to recycle more, including flexible plastic packaging like plastic bags, chip bags, and bubble wrap. Foam packaging such as meat trays, takeout containers, and cups, and tubes such as toothpaste, deodorant, and hand cream.
Really this transition's been underway since July of 2023. In fact, Ottawa was one of the first communities that transitioned. It was just that the city retained responsibility.
And while your bins stay the same and your pickup date won't change, if your recycling is missed, you won't be calling the city anymore. Those complaints will go directly to the contractor, Miller Waste.
We want to make sure that there is a seamless customer service experience. So the city has been working to ensure that with the new contractor.
Under the new program, the city will still be responsible for collecting recycling from public spaces and municipal buildings. But schools and newly built residential buildings won't be eligible to join the new system until 2031. And a lot of people may be surprised to find out that right now you're not allowed to recycle beer, wine, and liquor bottles. Circular Materials says those rules are staying the same and bottles should be returned for a refund through the Ontario Deposit Return Program. And for those who are wondering if the change will impact property taxes, Councillor Marty Carr says residents have not been paying taxes for recycling since 2023 when this change was introduced. Patricia?
All right, interesting. CTV's Caitlin Wilson live for us tonight. Thank you. You can scan the QR code on the bottom of your screen to link to us online or visit ctvnewsottawa.ca. We have more details on those upcoming changes to recycling collection in Ottawa. Well, turning now to the push for a new NHL arena at LeBreton Flats. Fans are reacting to news the team is lobbying federal and provincial governments on a range of issues, including how to finance the mega project. CTV's Austin Lee joins us live now with more on this, Austin.
Yeah, well, Patricia, in an interview with Rogers Sportsnet last night, Senators owner Michael Andlauer insists there have been no discussions about any kind of funding from government for a new arena. But the Public Lobbyist Registry shows a Toronto-based firm hired by the team is talking to the provincial and the federal governments about a range of issues, including taxation and infrastructure financing.
Best idea ever.
For hockey fans like Richard McAndrew,
Making the trek out to Canada to watch the Ottawa Senators play feels like a burden.
I've been to one game this year because I live in Orleans. I'm not going way out Canada to see a hockey game.
That's why he's in favor of a new downtown arena at LeBreton Flats.
It's going to bring a lot more people. Businesses are going to thrive. Restaurants are going to thrive. And hopefully after the game, parties are going to thrive.
Now, clearly a lot of work still needs to be done here, but it's this swath of land right along Albert Street between Preston and City Centre Avenue that could one day be home to the Ottawa Senators. The question is, how will the arena be funded, and will tax dollars be used to bring the project to life? An idea that is receiving mixed reaction.
We have so many issues. This is not one of them. Like, this is fun and it's enjoyable, but it's not where our taxpayer dollars should be going right now.
We ante up for everything in this city, so why not for something that's going to, people are going to love it when it's all done. So yes, all ante up.
The lobbyist registries for both the federal and provincial governments show a Toronto-based lobbying firm is involved in discussions with government officials on behalf of the Sens. One sports economist argues pitching in tax dollars for a new arena is more of an exercise in civic pride, but it doesn't provide much in the way of economic benefits.
For anybody who thinks that the Senators add to the local economy, you're speaking as a sports fan. You're thinking from the heart, you're not thinking from the brain. There's no evidence to suggest that sports teams contribute to the local economy in any meaningful way.
If and when the Sens break ground here, not everyone will be happy.
What's wrong with the building in Canada? There's right on the highway, tons of parking. Right downtown here, there's just not enough infrastructure for that to happen here.
Now, it is worth noting Sens leadership has maintained it does not expect City of Ottawa taxpayers to foot the bill for a new arena, but when asked directly about whether the lobbying firm was brought in to push for financial help on the project, the Sens did not provide us with a definitive answer. Patricia.
All right, CTV's Austin Lee live for us tonight. Thank you. Well, we're set to get hit with another blast of winter weather. A snowfall warning is now in effect for Ottawa and Eastern Ontario. Environment Canada is calling for up to 20 centimetres of snow by tomorrow night. Here at Herdman Yards, crews getting the salt trucks and snow plows ready, and they will be deployed as soon as the snow begins.
So once we start getting the snow and we're putting our resources out, we will be deploying everything that we have. So we're going to be looking at over 500 pieces of equipment. That's city staff, contracted staff, and we're really going to be focused on our priority road network and our sidewalks, as well as the winter cycling network.
The City and Ottawa Police are reminding drivers to be patient and slow down with both snow and freezing rain in the forecast. As we take a live look at the traffic now on the Queensway, we are seeing it slow in areas through the downtown core. We know a lot of people are headed out to the game, the Sens game tonight, which of course is still out in Canada, but there is no snow out there just yet. We want to go out to Jackie now, who is at the Canadian Tire Centre for us tonight. Jackie.
Well, thanks so much, Patricia. Festivities are underway here for the Sens Ignite Hope Telethon. The phone banks are already open. Feel call it. I've already made some new friends here, including Lucy, and we're going to be hearing some wonderful stories here this evening as well. But you talked about it. How are the roads right now as we head down to the game, or if you are heading down to the game? Pretty clear right now, but we are bracing for some snowfall to make its way here to Eastern Ontario. Taking a look now, we can see that it's going to start beginning later this evening, including a freezing drizzle for parts of the region. This has prompted a snowfall warning for Eastern Ontario. So yes, by the end of Wednesday night, we could see up to 20 centimeters of snow. So plan your travel accordingly, because it could also reduce visibility out on the roads. We'll have more on this in a little bit. But right now, temperatures across the region sit around minus 12 here in the capital. Slightly warmer when we look towards the Seaway, so minus 6 in Cornwall and Brockville, minus 3 in Kingston. And when we look to our friends in Montreal, it's about minus 7. So snow in the forecast for this evening. Warming up, though, temperatures for the overnight lows going down to about minus 7, with a risk of freezing drizzle for tomorrow morning. So it might be a slick commute to start things off. Then we're going to start to get more snow, and that will carry us into our Wednesday. And that's it from us for here for now at Section 113. Between Section 113 and 114, we'll be here all night long for the Sens Ignite Hope Telethon. But for now, we'll take it back to you in studio. Patricia.
All right, thank you, Jackie. Well, as the clock ticks toward a possible strike by Air Transat pilots, Travelers who have flights booked in the coming days and throughout the holidays are scrambling. Today, the company canceled dozens of flights in preparation for what could be a full shutdown. CTV's Stefan Keys joins us live with the latest. Steph.
Patricia, as you can imagine, panic is setting in for some passengers. Air Transat typically flies to sunny or European destinations. And for the more tropical places, it's often not just snowbirds we're talking, destination weddings that could now be in limbo. But with hundreds, if not thousands of passengers trying to plan other arrangements, we're hearing that it hasn't been easy. Travelers are reporting being stressed by the potential of a strike, but even without it being official, the preemptive actions by the airline is still having customers feeling upset and abandoned.
But it's a lot of wrong information. It's everything. It's so crazy yesterday, and at what time you come here, everything is closed. Nobody to help us. It's so crazy.
2 days before, we were supposed to come back from Punta Cana Wednesday afternoon, and they put us yesterday afternoon, and we went to Punta Cana and everything, and on the plane we have a delay, everything, and they were told many things that was not right.
Some passengers in places like Punta Cana, as you just heard, were even asked to cut their trip 2 days short to make sure they were able to get home. Air Transat has already begun canceling some flights for tomorrow, but with no agreement at the bargaining table, it remains to be seen if any planes will take off at all. You are being asked to keep checking their website for the flights affected list. As for what's happening at the bargaining table, Air Transat says negotiations are still going on and says it has made improved offers to the union with significant concessions. And of course, we will keep you updated on CFRA News Talk Radio and our own website, ctvnewsottawa.ca. Patricia.
Some pretty good holiday stress. All right, CTV Stefan Keys live for us tonight. Thank you. Still ahead, court can be a stressful experience. Having dogs in the mix could help. Vetted volunteers introducing therapy dogs on Elgin Street. That story coming up. Well, as the federal government looks at possible changes to the hybrid work rules for public servants, the city is also preparing for employees to return to the office full-time in the new year. As of January 1st, all city employees will be required to work in the office 5 days a week, but the city says there will be some flexibility. Managers are currently reviewing hybrid work requests on a case-by-case basis. Ontario government employees will also have to return to the office full-time in January. And the Toronto Star is reporting that nearly 11,000 provincial public servants have requested to continue to work from home. The city committee has approved a plan to move forward with a bid to designate the Byward Market as a National Historic Site. The Byward Market opened in 1827 and is Ottawa's oldest commercial area. The city says the designation would be commemorative and would not come with any new regulations or permits. Councillors are hoping it would provide a boost in tourism to the area. Council will vote on the proposal tomorrow. If approved, Parks Canada would then review the city's application. A malfunctioning furnace caused a carbon monoxide scare at a townhouse in the city's West End. A resident called 911 yesterday morning, reporting their carbon monoxide alarm was going off. When firefighters arrived on scene, they detected a strong smell of natural gas and recorded high levels of carbon monoxide. They ventilated the home while working to identify the source of the leak and found the furnace had failed. Thankfully, no one was injured. A full-circle moment for Indigenous and specifically Inuit groups today as a total of 62 items and artifacts have been repatriated from the Vatican. The centerpiece, a kayak, at least 100 years old. CTV's Dylan Dyson joins us live with more on this. Dylan.
Patricia, the kayak and some of the other 61 artifacts were unveiled at the Canadian Museum of History today, but the museum will not be keeping them. Instead, there are plans to return each item to the northern communities from which they were taken.
Dwayne and Daryl, do you want to do the honors?
A repatriation decades in the making.
You're looking at something that is a part of our history, but also Inuvialuit and Inuit across Inuit Nunagat still harvest in very similar ways.
This kayak, believed to be between 100 and 125 years old and taken by explorers from Canada's north, was being held by the Vatican.
I know Minister Melanie Joly and Prime Minister Trudeau both intervened directly with Pope Francis and with the highest levels of the Catholic Church, specifically on this item. that somehow morphed into a larger conversation that led to 61 other items being identified by the Catholic Church to be repatriated.
An essential piece of Inuit culture and life taken from a community without permission.
One of the explorers came to the region seeing the item, and this may be one of the ways that it was collected.
The items that were taken from us or taken from our grave sites or taken forcibly, those are of concern and consideration to us.
You can see beluga oil stains around the cockpit here.
The return of these items to Canadian soil, a crucial part of reconciliation with Canada's Indigenous peoples. And there's more symbolism with this repatriation. Canada's Minister of Sport, a former Olympic paddler who won gold in the kayak, recognizes his own achievement has been made possible by the innovation of the Inuit.
The repatriation is, it's part of the calls to action. It's part of the agreement that was made with respect to the apology that the Pope undertook, and it's a great day.
But the 62 repatriated artifacts will not be put on display, but rather returned in time to the communities they were taken from.
This is going to be a process that will take months, maybe perhaps years, to fully understand and attribute each of the items where it belongs.
We're ready to be the custodians of the items for as long as needed.
Inuit leaders involved in negotiations to repatriate these items are unsure if the Vatican is in possession of any more artifacts. There is hope that the return of these items can lead to the construction of more museums and heritage spaces in Canada's north. Patricia.
All right, CTV's Dylan Dyson live for us tonight. Thank you. Well, we have developing news out of Washington tonight. Kirsten Hillman, Canada's ambassador to the U.S., is stepping down. Hillman was first appointed to the role in March 2020 and was the first woman to serve in the position. Her resignation comes amid the trade war and ahead of a review of the Canada-U.S.-Mexico trade agreement that is set to begin next year. Hillman has not said why she's resigning, but confirms she will be leaving in the new year. She says it has been a privilege to serve in the role, writing in a statement most recently, as the Canada-U.S. relationship is being rewritten. I have been deeply grateful for Prime Minister Mark Carney's strong leadership and for the confidence he placed in me. While there will never be a perfect time to leave, this is the right time to put a team in place that will see the CUSMA review through to its conclusion. Well, it's an annual list many people don't want to hear about, including me. But Orkin Canada is sharing the top 10 rattiest cities in the country. Toronto retaining the #1 spot again this year. Victoria and Vancouver, BC round out the top 3. Ottawa ranks 8th in Canada, followed by Scarborough and Moncton. The rankings are based on the number of calls Orkin Canada receives to treat issues with rodents at homes and businesses.
It's warm and it's cozy and you can't beat the view.
Well, coming up, we take you inside a new winter dining experience along the Ottawa River. Jackie.
Well, thanks so much, Patricia. I am hanging out with Anna, Olivia, and Lucy. And how are the phones so far?
They're going okay. We could do a little bit better, though.
Okay, so what do we need to do? Anna, what number is that?
Here it is. It's 1-833-446-7367.
Thank you so much. And Lucy, you want to shout out somebody who has called in?
Yes, thank you so much, Jimmy, for your donation. We appreciate your support.
Great. The phone lines will be open and officially open, so call in. We want to hear those phones ringing. Here's a live look through Centennial, a glass sky cam showcasing Kawaki Point, where the temperature is -12.
Walmart Canada is so proud to support Troy Mountain. This is the season for giving, and every child deserves to have a great holiday. Bring a new unwrapped Troy or donate at troymountain.ca. Walmart and Troy Mountain, helping families this holiday season.
Taking a look at the roads at this hour, we anticipated some traffic westbound. It's not great eastbound, particularly right here in this area at Nicholas. There was a collision earlier at the eastbound ramp at Lee's, so things are still backed up moving through there. Well, it is not quite outdoor patio dining this winter, but snowy views, cozy vibes, and tasty meals are being served up in gondolas along the Ottawa River. CTV's Tyler Fleming samples a unique experience at the Grand Pizzeria at Westboro Beach.
Beach days are back, but the vibe is après-ski.
Very unique.
These aren't cabanas at Grand Pizzeria Westboro Beach. They're real Swiss Alps gondolas.
We're on mat leave, so we want to do something fun.
Samantha and Jenna are out on a mummy treff, Swiss for mom's playdate.
It's inviting. It's nice to have babies here.
Very cozy. The lights are gorgeous. The view is nice.
Where today along the Kitchi-Zibi-Meekan Parkway, a mist rises over an icy Ottawa River. The gondolas can fit up to 4 people comfortably, and I can tell you it's very cozy in here. It's cold outside, it's nice, there's a heater here, and just in case, they've got nice fluffy blankets.
We wanted to give people the reason to come out to the beach, you know, still enjoy the beautiful view, the beautiful sunset, and, you know, the winter experience.
The popular Italian eatery's full menu is available, where hot meals are quickly delivered to the rustic, dog-friendly cabins.
And the staff is really nice, and yes, just try something a little bit different.
There's a cover charge of $20 per person for lunch and $25 for dinner. The gondolas are popular, so it's best to book online.
There's not a lot of places like this in Ottawa.
And patrons are not disappointed.
It's warm and it's cozy and you can't beat the view.
It's a great way to spend a nice cold day because it's nice and toasty in here.
The gondolas will be parked here throughout winter's peak until the spring. Tyler Fleming, CTV News.
Well, anyone dining in those gondolas tomorrow will have a much snowier view, but today it was another frigid but sunny start to the day. A snowstorm is headed our way, though. A snowfall warning is now in effect for Ottawa. So from the cold to the snow, pick your poison as we head back out to Jackie at the Canadian Tire Centre to take a full look at our forecast. Jackie.
Yeah, that's right, Patricia. Everyone has been keeping an eye on this incoming snowfall that's brought its way here to Eastern Ontario and here in Ottawa. Right now, not much on the roads, but we are keeping an eye. It should be coming down in the next 2 hours or so. We are anticipating 2 to 4 centimeters into the overnight. -12 right now, but with the wind chill feeling more like -20. We saw a daytime high of -5. Quite the difference compared to what we have seen for the last couple of days. So as mentioned, a snowfall warning bringing up to 20 centimeters of snow is in effect for Eastern Ontario. This gives you a great idea of what we could anticipate. There's going to be a little bit more freezing rain concentrated for Kingston as along the 401 and Seaway. So make sure that if you are driving along the 401 that you take caution. Even here for Ottawa, we can see that the greatest chance for snow or heavier snow will be just after the lunch hour, and it is going to be moving through steadily until late Wednesday evening. And then that rain and that freezing rain is really going to pick up for Kingston and Brockville as well. Tonight's lows across the region sitting around -7 for here in Ottawa, between -5 and -8 for really most of the region, -11 in Mont-Tremblant. But when we look at our daytime highs, we can see that we are hovering closer to the freezing mark, which is the good news. We are hitting around seasonal conditions despite the really frigid cold weather that we have seen the last few days. Now across the country, you could see that the Arctic chill has taken over much of the Atlantic region, -11 in Fredericton. We are in the warmest part of the country right now, where Windsor's about 1 degree. Toronto -1, -9 in Thunder Bay. Friends of the Prairie already starting to see those chilly conditions, -15 in Edmonton. Vancouver's, though, still kicking it in the positive sides. About 10 degrees is the current temperature. Now, the 7-day forecast brought to you by Davidson Hearing Aid. Visit their website to nominate someone to win the gift of hearing. So -2, about up to 20 centimeters of snow for our Wednesday. This will linger and carry on into our Thursday, but then it should be clearing by the evening, -7 the daytime high. We will see a break in this with a mix of sun and cloud for our Friday, but then we will see the return of some flurries moving in for the weekend. All right, ready to make this holiday season truly unforgettable? Well, Charm Diamond Centers is here to help. As a proudly Canadian family-owned business for over 50 years, they've been creating countless cherished love stories, and we're making it even easier to give the gift of a lifetime. You have the chance to win a spectacular $2,500 gift card. Scan the QR code on the bottom of your screen to visit ctvottawa.ca to enter. Wishing you the best of luck. All right, we are hanging out here in the phone bank. The phones, I'm not hearing a lot of phone ringing here right now. So again, we are encouraging everyone to call in. There is also a chance if you are heading down to the arena that you could pick up one of the Brickley Bears. Again, proceeds going towards Ignite Sens, or the Sens Ignite Hope Telethon. So take it back to you in studio for now. I hear that these are a hot ticket item. Patricia.
Teddy bear, toss it to me right now. Looks very cool. Thanks, Jackie.
I've seen her stay at an hour with someone crying. Just doesn't move, doesn't talk, no judgment.
Well, just ahead, we meet some of the therapy dogs now providing comfort to those appearing at the Ottawa Courthouse.
Plaster Orleans is proud to support Toy Mountain this year. Please donate a new unwrapped toy at any one of the locations across the city, including the one right here at Plaster Orleans. Plaster Orleans and Toy Mountain, helping families this holiday season.
Well, dog lovers might say there are a few situations that can't be made better by a four-legged friend. And now that even extends to court appearances. CTV's Leah LaRocque on a new therapy dog program at the Elgin Street Courthouse.
When Kaboom enters the courthouse, there is no judgment or objections.
If there's a need and we can help, we're going to send you in. The power of dog.
The retired racing greyhound, now turned therapy dog, offers support in some of life's most challenging moments.
The story of Kaboom, that he's, tried to be a running dog, but couldn't quite turn the corners. And I would tell my clients that. And I think they almost would relate to that, okay, even this dog's not perfect.
Defense lawyer Kate Irving knows how powerful Kaboom's gentle demeanor can be for her clients.
That trial lasted for weeks, and that made a huge difference for my client to just be able to meaningfully participate and be there and deal with the very serious charges that he was facing.
There are about a dozen dogs, including Danny Girl, the Bichon.
She just, is quiet and resourceful.
Or Clara, the Golden Retriever.
I've seen her stay at an hour with someone crying. Just doesn't move, doesn't talk, no judgment, just there to help.
Part of the program that started as a pilot about 10 years ago, now a staple here, completely run by volunteers. Fundraising efforts only covering parking at the courthouse.
Once in the courtroom, dogs like Kaboom will go to somebody who's testifying or a victim in a case, and he'll sit beside them, calming them, sometimes sitting there for hours. Some trials can even last for months.
The dogs helping staff and visitors here too.
We deal with heavy stuff, and when the dogs comes, you can feel the pressure go down, the shoulders go down, and the stress go away.
I think they're a great resource for any victim who needs the support. It's offered.
These dogs helping provide the paw in order to anyone who needs it.
Just to remind them that, hey, you're not alone. I'm here.
Leah LaRocque, CTV News.
And tonight's big picture, Christmas lights are now brightening up the capital for the holiday season. Winter lights across Canada officially got underway last night. Around 300,000 lights are installed across the region at monuments like the National War Memorial, Confederation Park, the Supreme Court of Canada, and Jacques Cartier Park. The sites will be illuminated until January 9th. Now some other stories you need to know right now, including details of a private Ottawa clinic getting the go-ahead for hip and knee replacement surgeries. CTV's Stephane Keys joins us live with more on that and other stories. Steph?
Patricia, the Ontario government will fund hip and knee replacement surgeries at a private clinic in Ottawa over the next 2 years. It's part of a plan to reduce wait times and support more publicly funded orthopedic surgeries. A private group of surgeons has been performing orthopedic surgeries on weekends at the Ottawa Hospital's Riverside campus since 2023. The Ministry of Health says further details about where upcoming surgeries will happen will be shared in the near future. Renters here in Ottawa and across the country found a bit of relief last month, with rent prices down slightly in November. A new report shows the average cost to rent an apartment in Ottawa was $2,188 last month. Rent prices in Canada continue to outpace Ottawa. The average cost was $2,485 in November. In Kingston, it was $2,323. Across Canada, the average cost to rent an apartment was $2,074. That's the lowest average asking rent since June 2023. The National Arts Centre has a new president and CEO. Annabelle Cloutier has been appointed to the role. She is the first Francophone woman to lead the organization. Cloutier was previously the NAC's executive director of communications. She replaces Christopher Deacon, who retired earlier this month.
William Stanback, the former Alouettes, they are working side by side as Adams looks corner route. Gino, jump ball in the end zone.
The Ottawa Redblacks releasing the schedule for next season today, and they get to kick things off with home field advantage for 5 of the team's first 7 games in 2026. That includes a season debut against the Edmonton Elks on June 7th, and we know that the team is under new leadership. Didn't have a great run this past season, but hoping things look brighter for next season, Patricia, and especially when we got that home field advantage.
Yeah, already thinking about how warm and lovely it'll be on a summer night. The last time I was at TD Place was for soccer, and it was not very warm.
Right. Icicle kick, right?
Yeah. And it's an icicle-type walk, I guess, into the CTC tonight. Jackie is there at the rink where there's a telethon, there's a game, there's lots of action. As long as you can get there okay, you're all good, right, Jackie?
Exactly. Lots happening here. There's so much commotion. We're so excited. But what I'm lacking here is the phones ringing. So we ask that everyone dial in, and then we could get those donations in. It goes to a wonderful cause impacting youth here in the Ottawa-Gatineau region, including people from the Royal. And Ingrid Jingda, you are here from the Royal. Just talk to us about how exciting it is to be part of this telethon.
I think you are underselling the energy that is here tonight, Jackie. It's amazing. Everybody knows that we're here to support great causes within our community. And if the whole community rallies together with the support of the Sens Community Foundation, TSN, CTV, all talking about it, we can make great things happen.
And the great thing is we are kicking things off during the 6 o'clock newscast, but TSN will also be sharing wonderful stories from people who are directly impacted by tonight's telethon. And from the Royal, you have somebody named Julia. Can you speak about Julia?
Well, Julia is a success story. She came to the Royal about 13, 14 years ago as a youth, as a young person who's really struggling with living with mental illness, anxiety. It was a really challenging time. And the Royal gave her the necessary tools that she could use to reclaim her life from that mental illness that she was experiencing. So she's going to get to talk to you all about how she reclaimed her purpose.
I love that. Thank you so much for your energy. Thank you so much for hearing of this wonderful cause. Again, what can people do to take part in this and give back?
Well, I think Jackie told you, you can give by calling, making a donation, and really just supporting the great causes that are all around us in our community.
Well, thank you so much, Ingrid, and for your energy. Really appreciate it. That phone number on our screens right now. And again, we will be here until the 7 o'clock hour. And you said it right, Ingrid.
Yeah,
it's that motion. Call now. Let's get those phones. Let's get those phones ringing. We'll take it back to you in studio, Patricia.
That's the old-fashioned phone right there. We know what that means. Jackie, thank you.
I've spent the last 2+ decades advocating for a lot of the changes that have been proposed today.
Well, just ahead, the Liberal government introduces legislation aimed at protecting women against hate crimes and femicide.
Get the latest live local breaking news. Sign up now for our morning and evening CTV News Ottawa newsletter. The best local content from CTV News, Your Morning Ottawa, and News Talk 580 CFRA. Get it all in one place. Sign up now at ctvnewsottawa.ca. The CTV News Ottawa newsletter is brought to you in part by CAA Business.
Well, the Bell Media Building is looking wonderful this year, thanks to our friends at Christmas Decor from Nutrilon. The Liberal government is proposing changes to Canada's criminal code with reforms directed at keeping kids safe and protecting victims of gender-based violence. CTV's Abigail Beeman outlines the changes to the Justice Bill and why they are significant.
That happened on Mother's Day 2003.
A survivor of attempted intimate partner femicide, Nneka McGregor feels lucky she didn't end up a statistic. In 2024, 187 women in Canada were killed violently.
I've spent the last 2+ decades advocating for a lot of the changes that have been proposed today.
McGregor says the Liberals' new legislation goes a long way to end gender-based violence, especially the move to make femicide classified as first-degree murder and a new criminal offense for certain types of coercive and controlling behaviors to help stop abuse before it's too late.
We have an opportunity to better protect kids who are at risk of exploitation and to address very real concerns about violence against women, including violence that could be fatal.
If passed, C-16 will restore a dozen mandatory minimum penalties previously found unconstitutional, but also give courts some discretion to order shorter sentences to address the problem of potential charter infringement. The bill also makes it illegal to distribute deepfakes without someone's consent.
Unless you do XYZ, then I'm going to share that with your family. I am going to post it to all of your friends. And, you know, children are rightfully terrified.
This cybersecurity expert says the bill closes a critical loophole and legislation is long overdue.
The delay in introducing this law has had a profound effect on kids.
There is some overlap from the beleaguered Trudeau-era online harms bill, namely the requirement for internet service providers to notify police about any child porn. But the Justice Minister says this isn't a copy and paste. He hopes to have the support of all parties to pass this bill. It's not yet clear if he will. Abigail Beeman, CTV News, Ottawa.
One of the big tech companies is investing billions of dollars into Canadian artificial intelligence development. BNN Bloomberg's Marilla Fernandez has more.
Microsoft will invest $7.5 billion in Canada over the next 2 years to build out AI infrastructure. That means expanding data centers and upgrading technology to handle advanced AI processing. Microsoft is also committing to keep Canadian data secure. The company says this is part of a $19 billion spend in Canada from 2023 to 2027. Here are the closing numbers for the day. The Canadian dollar is up a fraction to 72.20. West Texas Intermediate crude is down to 58.33. Western Canadian Select is down over $1 to 45.40. And the TSX moved up 74 points today to close at 31,244. Those are your business headlines. I'm Marilla Fernandez.
I think it's fantastic. I've been waiting for it to open.
Well, just ahead, the canal is not open yet, but we take you to the many refrigerated outdoor rinks welcoming skaters across the city. With the frigid temperatures and snow arriving early this year, many are getting a head start on winter activities. Despite this cold snap, it is still too dangerous to skate on natural ice surfaces, but many skaters are already lacing up thanks to a growing number of outdoor refrigerated rinks in the capital. Here's CTV's Dave Charbonneau.
It's a chance to get back on the ice.
I think it's fantastic. I've been waiting for it to open, and so this is great. The ice is perfect. They maintain it well. It's really cold today, but there's a heated place to sit, so it's excellent.
There are now several refrigerated rinks in the Ottawa area, including the Rink of Dreams at City Hall, Centrepoint, and Lansdowne Park, and now also at Rideau Hall, one of the oldest rinks in Canada.
I'm from GTA, so I remember there's skateways, Richmond Hill, north of the city that are the same technology, has been around for 15, 20 years, so.
And this new outdoor rink at the Elmer Marina location in Gatineau.
It's really a good investment. We needed that in Gatineau, especially in that part of Gatineau.
For now, these outdoor refrigerated rinks provide a choice for winter skaters.
That's the idea. They want people to enjoy winter as long as it lasts and maybe a little bit more, you know, until this rink will be open until March 15.
As for the Rideau Canal Skateway, the largest in Canada, the National Capital Commission says crews will be out in the coming days to start flooding. Right now, the ice remains too thin, and it's not safe. For some, the refrigerated rinks mean more time on the ice, even when the temperatures don't agree.
Last year, I was on it as late as you could go, and it felt like spring in the air, but it was winter on my feet.
Dave Charbonneau, CTV News.
Winner, Canyon. Well, coming up, one lucky person could start the holiday season as a multi-millionaire. We'll have the details on tonight's Lotto Max jackpot. Jackie.
Well, thanks so much, Patricia. The beauty of being part of the phone bank, well, I'm not getting any calls. Lori Boschman, Are you getting any phone calls?
Well, I've got a couple, and we would like you to call in and support the Ignite Hope Telethon tonight, if you would. But usually people in the community are very generous.
Absolutely, and that number again, 1-833-4-GO-SENS or 446-7367. Here's a live look through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam showcasing Parliament Hill. Current temperature is sitting about -12.
The magic of the holidays is here, and this year the need is greater than ever.
Let's ensure every child in our community feels the joy with CTV and Move 100's Toy Mountain.
Together with the Salvation Army, we can help spread cheer and make a child's wish come true.
Drop off any new unwrapped toy to the designated drop-off locations or make a monetary donation online.
For all the details, visit toymountain.ca, presented by Donnelly Automotive Group.
Tomorrow on CTV Your Morning Ottawa, Canadian Blood Services has issued an urgent plea for plasma donors before the holidays. We'll tell you how you can help. Wake up the right way with Your Morning Ottawa starting at 6.
Hairstyles, courtesy of Salon Fiorella.
Well, here's what's on CTV tonight. E-Talk, The Big Bang Theory, MasterChef Canada, The Traitors Canada, and The Weakest Link. Here's a recap of the top stories we are following right now.
By putting the cost on the producer, it's hoped that, they'll think about what materials that they're packaging things with so that we don't see so much going towards our landfills.
Ottawa residents will soon be able to recycle more items with changes coming to blue and black bin collection in the new year.
We're really going to be focused on our priority road network and our sidewalks, as well as the winter cycling network.
Well, here we go. With 15 to 20 centimeters of snow headed our way, the city is set to deploy its equipment from snowplows to salt trucks to keep things moving smoothly.
The repatriation is, it's part of the calls to action.
The Vatican has returned a collection of Inuit artifacts which were unveiled at the Canadian Museum of History today. And a final look at the forecast. Back out to the Canadian Tire Centre one more time, where Jackie and Jacqueline are standing by.
And we've got Hudson, too, who's a big Claude Giroux fan as well. So lots of excitement, lots of action. I'm hearing those phones starting to ring as well. So we're having a fabulous time. But we are talking, and what we're worried about is also the snow that's coming this evening into tomorrow. So waking up, don't be surprised if you see 2 to 4 centimeters of snow. We are going to start off warmer considering the couple days we've had. -7 to start things off. Careful on your morning commute, though. There's a risk of freezing drizzle. As temperatures start to warm up to about -2, the daytime high, we're going to see more snow, especially in the afternoon into the evening, up to 20 centimeters of snow. And then Thursday, we will likely see some lingering flurries as well. Daytime high -7. Friday, we'll see a little bit of a break with a mix in sun and cloud. -6 will be the daytime high. Well, that's it from us. Thank you so much for hanging out with us here at the Canadian Tire Centre for the Sens Ignite Hope. Jacqueline Belcito, we are here. Just talk about hanging out here. What does this mean to you?
Oh, I think the Ignite Hope Telethon here at the Sens is this very special night. It allows us to really bring meaning to those who donate gifts today, and so they know where the money's going.
What time will these phone lines be open until?
They're open until the end of the game.
The end of the game, you guys. Again, all you have to do is call now. 1-833-4-GO-SENS. That's 1-833-446-7367. You might even get to talk to Lori here, who's working furiously away at these phone calls. So thank you so much. We've had such a blast here. Still time to come down and hang out and have some fun.
Thanks, Jackie.
I'm loving the gear.
Who knew all those years ago when Laurie Boschman was captaining the Sens that he would one day be pulled into action in this way at the Canadian Tire Centre? Steph is here leading our team as we look ahead to the 11:30 news tonight. What's happening, Steph?
Well, Patricia, we will be tracking the Skills Development Fund controversy taking over provincial politics. There were fiery moments at Queen's Park today. The Ford government faces tough questions the day after the OPP launched an investigation into a company that got millions from the Skills Development Fund. Provincial police now saying they have enough to get the racketeering unit involved. We'll bring you the very latest tonight at 11:30 and get the news anytime, anywhere at ctvnewsottawa.ca. Patricia.
All right, good stuff. Thank you. And finally for us tonight, have you bought a lottery ticket? Tonight's Lotto Max jackpot is a whopping $75 million.
Winner, Daniel.
So in addition to that massive jackpot, there are also 12 Max Million prizes worth $1 million each. This is just the third time in Canadian history that the jackpot has reached $75 million. Earlier this year, a Kingston man claimed a $75 million prize. Tickets are available online or at authorized OLG retailers. What time is it? Okay, you got another couple of hours
Yes.
until 10:30 p.m. tonight. Yeah, a few people will be making a stop now, I'm sure.
I know, my goodness.
Big
I was
money.
like, wrap things up, so I got to go buy my winning ticket.
We're in it together. In it together. Oh.
I got to play to win, right?
For all of us at CTV News, thanks so much for watching. Hope you have a good night out there. Good luck in that snow tomorrow, everyone.
Go Sens, go.